What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to TDPHINSTALK. We have some breaking news out of the NFL, unfortunate news. The NFL, Tennessee Titans have reported positive COVID-19 tests within the organization, the players, that being, they have reported positive testing with the players of some of the players of the Tennessee Titans. This has huge implications for the NFL. It is going to be very interesting to see how they handle this situation going forward. What will happen? Is this going to hurt the NFL season? We're going to discuss that and more real quick. But yes, breaking news. We have players that have tested positive for COVID-19 out of Tennessee. And the crazy thing about it is the Tennessee Titans, here's where all the confusion is going to come from. So the Tennessee Titans have decided to close their facilities until Saturday. Now, they have a game on Sunday versus the Pittsburgh Steelers, but to close your facilities until Saturday, what decision is the NFL going to make? Because they have yet to come out and make a decision on whether or not or what they will do about the game Sunday. Here's where it gets tricky. If they decide to continue and have the game Sunday, is that really fair? That the Tennessee Titans are not able to even practice this week? Whatever they do has to be virtual. They can't do walkthroughs, run-throughs, or anything. So if they decide to take those 8 players that have tested positive and follow their original protocol, which means they have to sit out and you get to bring more players up, is it fair to the Tennessee Titans that they are unable to practice an entire week and having to play a game, just going straight into it? This is going to be a little tricky. It's not going to be a cakewalk situation. They are going to have to figure this one out. What are they going to do? Are they going to pass up on this game and call it both teams bye or something? I don't know. How are they going to figure this one out? This will be very interesting to find out. This is going to be very interesting to find out. Ladies and gentlemen, the reality is this can send a ripple effect through the NFL, and we may be in a situation where football might even get postponed just from this. 8 players. Now, no one's tested positive on Minnesota as of yet, and I hope that remains to be the case. I hope that remains to be the case. Yes, Joel, it was 3 people, but additional positive testing have come through for the second round. From my understanding, and correct me if I'm wrong, acknowledge me if I'm right, I believe there are up to 8 positive cases. Man, oh man, nobody expected this. We went through 3 weeks of football. Everybody's feeling good. It was like, yeah, it is what it is. We're moving forward. And this happens. Week 3, might I add. All the way in week 3, this happens. Wow. This is tough, ladies and gentlemen. Again, no players on the Vikings so far have tested positive, although they played Tennessee Sunday. But there are 8 players, I believe, that have tested positive for the Tennessee Titans. They have closed their facilities for the week and will reopen as of now on Saturday. And as a precaution, the NFL also decided to close the Vikings training facility. So here we have 2 teams that will not be able to do walkthroughs, run-throughs, practice at the facility. Whatever they do would have to be virtual. And they have games on Sunday. This is really bad for the NFL. This is really bad for the NFL. Best case scenario, all the tests around the league come back negative and they continue to play, but they can't continue to play for the Tennessee Titans. If they do, that would actually be an unfair advantage. While you have Pittsburgh right now today on the field in Pittsburgh working out, preparing for Tennessee, and the Tennessee Titans have to send all their players home and have meetings and do things virtually. Tough. Now, someone said just bench the players with COVID. It's not that easy. Because the same players with COVID that came in and took their tests, went straight to their meetings and all of that, they were next to people today. They were next to their teammates. They were in close proximity. And the crazy thing is they tested positive for COVID. They could have had COVID all the way since last week, and it's just showing up. So there are players right now on the Titans team that may be drawing negative tests that could have it but won't know for another week. So it's not as easy as just sit those who tested positive. Because you may test today and it be negative, and 5 days from now it's positive. So it's not that simple. It's going to be very interesting to see how the NFL handles this. And if I was the NFL in this situation, I would postpone the season for a week. Everything just gets shifted and pushed out 1 week. Or cancel this week and put this week for everybody on the back end so the TV deals and all the other stuff has time to readjust. Just take this week and whatever was going to happen this week, make it happen in week 18 now. So now you have a 14-day period of everybody 7 days staying home for all teams, coming back on Saturday, doing more tests, and if everybody's good to roll, everything's positive on Monday, resume activities. And those who tested positive from the beginning, you quarantine them and you move the other guys up from the practice squad. You have to take this week and shift it way at the end of the season. You have to. Somebody said bye week started already. It doesn't matter. You take this week, even if it's a bye, and you shift it to the very end of the season. That means your bye is actually at the end of the season if this week is your bye. It's that simple. And somebody said NFL has to have a plan B. I don't think they do. Remember the gripe originally was they didn't even have a plan A? And then they needed to answer questions. They needed to answer questions about plan A, and they basically couldn't really answer. Remember Russell Wilson came out and said, I got a baby on the way. Can you at least tell us what's the protocol, what's your plan? And you know what their plan ended up being? The outcome of the plan was simple. We're going to allow more people on the practice squad, so if someone tests positive, you can move them up. But 8 players? No, excuse me. 3 players and 5 personnel. 3 players and 5 personnel. 3 players and 5 personnel. And listen, they have to take this week and move it to the end of the season. That's number 1. And I'll go out on a limb to tell you all, if they do that, this is probably going to happen at least 4 more times this season. Come on, man. It's going to be hard to just keep COVID out of the NFL. There is no bubble. They're trying to create their own bubble within their facilities and then pray that the players are wise at home and, you know, their kids and all of that stuff aren't out doing this and doing that. But that's not realistic. As soon as they go home, you have no control over who's around them and who they've been around. Exactly. Plan B is practice squad guys move up. The problem is when you have 3 players and 5 personnel test positive, with 5 personnel. I mean, you might have a defensive coordinator or offensive coordinator that what you're just going to keep it moving. Engraven said Titans better go somewhere with all that. Man, boy, oh boy. Boy, oh boy. I would recommend the NFL take week 4, move it to week 18, let everybody stay home quarantined for a whole week, do some testing this Saturday, get a good picture of who has it, who doesn't around the league, and if the numbers are outrageous, go ahead and move guys up from the practice squad and tell everybody on Monday, resume your duties as usual. And then when it happens again, if it happens again in week 9, I don't know, then you take week 9 and you move it forward to week 19 now. And everybody sit home for a week, and then you evaluate that Saturday. And if it's not overwhelming, on Monday, move the practice squad guys up and tell everybody go on as regularly scheduled. This has to be an extended season. It has to be an extended season, one where you don't have to rush it. You can continue to have football a few weeks at a time, and then when something like this happens, you go ahead and move that week forward, and you go ahead and sit everybody down and come back and get tested. Somebody said, do you think they may shorten the season for this, TD? I don't think so, bro. They already lowered the salary cap because they're probably going to take hits on TV deals. But shortening the season doesn't do anything but make it worse for next year, I'm sure, salary cap. If the season is extended, will next season be shortened? Crazy talk. No, it won't. I mean, think about it. Look how much time they have from February all the way till August. All they're gonna do is tell people, hey, maybe we'll start the off-season mandatory workouts and all that stuff later, or waive that altogether. It's that simple. That doesn't mean they'll shorten next year. Y'all have to realize the NFL has about 8 months off in a year from on the field play. Man. So listen, man, this is going to be interesting. Y'all already know I'll be right back with y'all once we hear from the NFL. I will be live to know what their response is to this because it's going to be very interesting to find out. The crazy thing is they have till Saturday to figure this out. Hopefully they have a solution sooner than later. But again, this is TDPHINSTALK, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans, just bringing you this breaking news out of Tennessee that affects the entire league. The whole league is sitting here right now like, oh, man, what's going to happen? The whole league, the entire league. What does this mean? So we shall see. And y'all already know. I'll be live telling y'all what the NFL response is as soon as I have it. This is TDPHINSTALK, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. Just wanted to bring this information to y'all as y'all go about y'all day. Fins up and let's go football for all y'all who not Fins fans, man. I see my homie Dan Mitchell and Engraven was rocking with us today. We appreciate y'all, homies. We'll see y'all later. It's TDPHINSTALK. Peace. I'm out. Trouble. Tannehill throwing all them interceptions. They ain't want him to be them touchdowns. They don't want him to be the MVP. They trying to mess it up. Bye.